All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now, this is what I've been waiting for. Some more news. Feds claim to have evidence on Diddy that will put him in prison. That's what we want to know. Is this man going to jail? We're back on the Truth Is channel, which I'll leave in the description so you guys can check out more, man. Just, trying to say glued to this as much as possible, because there has to be some type of consequences, man. Please. All right, we ain't gonna waste no more time. Shout out to all the good humans. Let's jump right into it.
For a while after the Cassie lawsuit, it seemed like Diddy was going to weasel his way out of this one. As months would pass and besides other lawsuits being filed on him, Diddy was still a free man and still had plenty of supporters. Many people were waiting and expecting for Diddy to clear his name and return back to being a hip-hop gatekeeper. But over the last few weeks, it's becoming pretty obvious that Diddy won't be getting out of this one with his money and connections. It looks pretty obvious that Diddy is most likely done for. Those who were protecting him for years seem to have gone ghost on him to deal with the controversy all on his own. Even though many lawsuits have been filed on Diddy, they have all been civil cases, meaning that at the end of the day, Diddy was probably going to lose some money, but he wasn't facing any prison time. But that has all changed now, as the feds revealed they already obtained the evidence needed to put Sean Diddy Combs in prison for a very long time. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we're back talking about the Diddy sagas as new information has been released. Let's get right into it. Things just keep on getting worse for Diddy. It's just been downhill for him since Cassie filed that lawsuit last year. It's sad because when she did, so many people called her a liar and said she was just after Diddy's money, claiming that she was just mad because Diddy moved on and didn't want her no more. But after that hotel video was released with Diddy doing the unthinkable to Cassie, you can see why she didn't say anything sooner. Diddy is one dangerous man, and that video proves it. Cassie's friend was just online telling a story on how devious Diddy truly is, as according to her, he hung one of Cassie's friends over a balcony just to scare them. Cassie obviously couldn't just walk away from Diddy, and that hotel footage showed us exactly why.
Like the whole, who was that? Suge Knight, Vanilla Ice? This dude.
Cassie's friends over a balcony just to scare them. Cassie obviously couldn't just walk away from Diddy, and that hotel footage showed us exactly why. I believe she did the right thing by escaping how she did and waiting many years to tell on him. I feel that Cassie knew this was the right time to expose Diddy, as Diddy was having trouble with Diageo and knew he no longer had the higher up support. See, the reason Diddy has gotten away with all he has gotten away with was because for many years he was protected. Diddy was a valuable asset to the elite in the music industry, the type of people that can make problems go away. I have told the story of how Diddy originally founded Bad Boys. It was Clive Davis who gave Diddy the capital to create Bad Boy Records. Diddy had just been let go from the label he was working at, and he had two artists with him, but no label or money to make them big. The story goes, Diddy approached Clive Davis, who was a huge music executive, and asked him to fund his record label. Clive didn't see a future in hip-hop at the time, as it was too premature and seemed like a fad. This is when the story gets disturbing, as it's been rumored for years that Diddy allegedly got on his knees for Clive Davis and performed a little extra service on Clive. Clive then funded Diddy's label after they allegedly were in a relationship for some time. While this might sound crazy, Clive Davis has since come out as a bi man, admitting to this in his biography, where he claims to have hooked up with many men in the music industry. Considering the fact that it is rumored Diddy also likes to get down with men and make them do compromising things for opportunities, I believe this rumor is 100% true. In my opinion, Clive Davis was the one who taught Diddy everything he knows, and he's the reason Diddy was protected and allowed to become this massive giant in the music industry. Now that Diddy tried to sue the elite above him and force his way into more power, he's being thrown to the wolves. Diddy is done for, not because he's guilty, as he's been guilty for 20 years. He's done because he is no longer being protected by the elite, and they're choosing to sacrifice him. You think the feds didn't know Diddy was a guilty man? They obviously turned a blind eye to him for years. But after what he did to the elite above him, someone made just one call and Diddy got raided. Also, that hotel footage was leaked, showing his crimes. Mind you, this footage was from 2016, 8 years ago. You think the feds really just got their hands on that tape now? Diddy was being allowed to do whatever he wanted, and that's why that tape didn't come out sooner. Everyone in the industry knew about.
Again, so think about all the other stuff they might have. This is such a great breakdown, and what I try to get people to understand, man, because I said it's him being put in the position of power. Not that he's powerful himself. It's just what they gave him. That's why I say he must have pissed somebody off. And now you have it. Oh, man.
As evil. He had anyone trying to expose him silenced. Remember, people think Kim Porter was writing a book to expose Diddy. Kim Porter is no longer around. And if we listen to one of Diddy's former bodyguards, he claims he saw Diddy do the same thing to Kim Porter that he did to Cassie.
How many times did you personally witness him be violent towards women?
Around 4 or 5 times.
And was that all with Cassie, or was it Cassie and other women?
I seen him with Cassie, and I seen him with Kim Porter, his kid's mother.
Right, who's now sadly no longer with us. But what did you see him do?
I seen him inside the car, grab her up. I seen him, you know. And one thing about Kim is Kim got to the point where she fought it because she realized how powerful she was.
Like
it was one
Tina
incident
Turner.
on Sunset Boulevard in front of the Beverly Hills Hotel where I just seen the car rocking back and forth. You know, of course he put everybody out there, but I seen the car shaking, so I opened the door. I said, "What are you doing? You know, what are you doing? You see where we at, and what are you doing?" And Kim got out the car like nothing happened, and she fixed her hair. She told him, she said, "I want to see you explain to the media that scratch I'm gonna put across your face if you put your hands on me again." And that was Kim's attitude. Kim's attitude was she realized that what he had to explain meant more to him than anything. And once she realized she had that,
You see, I'm just saying this is a bodyguard, right? And you think he would be trying to stop Diddy from doing that. So my whole thing is like, you know, Diddy has the power to eliminate this dude, right? I would be like, you know what? I ain't working for you no more. I would have been up out of there. I'm not about to be witnessing that stuff, you know?
power, she said, "Nah, not no more."
In my opinion, Kim Porter is no longer around because of Diddy. Many people knew about Diddy's disturbing behavior, but they all covered for him. That's why the feds pretended like they didn't see anything Diddy was doing. But that has all changed now. As just yesterday, the feds declared that they have damning evidence against Diddy that could possibly put him away for a very long time. This is all coming out after 2 more people made lawsuits against Diddy, accusing him of even more disturbing allegations. Just yesterday, the media was reporting that the feds claimed to have obtained video footage of Diddy victimizing a male sex worker at his home, claiming they found this evidence during the raid they did on Diddy's home. According to a report by CNN, they are contacting people who were found on the tapes to bring in as potential witnesses on their case. One of those people is a male sex worker who claims he was victimized by Diddy at his home. Per the report, this individual was seen in footage that is in possession of federal investigators. According to these reports, Diddy is possibly facing a grand jury indictment for his alleged crimes. Right now, the feds are gathering evidence and witnesses to indict him for these serious crimes. When I saw that the feds claimed to have footage of Diddy victimizing a male sex worker, I thought to myself, it's most likely the man from this footage that I have talked about before. This is Jonathan Odie, who told the police about the freak-offs and Diddy's crimes years before the Cassie lawsuit was even filed.
Right.
Jonathan, who I believe is in prison to this day, told the police that Diddy had allegedly given him an STD while he was a part of the freak-offs. Jonathan then claimed that he sued Diddy and he was awarded a lot of money. He admits that Diddy was doing a lot of disturbing things in that footage. I actually verified what Jonathan said, and it is true. And I believe him, as he was indeed a male adult film star, and the news also reported on the situation, claiming that he came into a large amount of money out of nowhere buying expensive properties. There's a rumor that Jonathan was taken out while in prison because of what he said about Diddy, but I couldn't find anything on this. Whether it is Jonathan or not, we will not know until the feds release whatever information they have. Either way, according to the feds, they recovered tapes from the raids that show the freak-off activities, which is rather interesting after King Combs made the song warning people to pick a side and taunting the feds about not going to the right house where the evidence was. But according to the feds, they have acquired the video evidence proving that these freak-offs did happen. I wonder how many celebrities were seen on these tapes doing God knows what with Diddy. That's why so many of them have stayed quiet. We obviously won't see the Jay-Z, Diddy, and Beyonce freak-off tapes because Jay-Z is still protected. Even if they find those tapes, they're not gonna let us know. Jay-Z is obviously next in line to take Diddy's place, and that's for certain that he will. Now, I wanted to talk about the two new lawsuits that have been filed on Diddy, one by a former model and one by one of his former girlfriends. Both of these lawsuits are a perfect example of how the music industry in Hollywood work. A woman by the name of April Lampros is suing Diddy for SA that happened to her back in the 90s. According to April, she met Diddy in New York City in 1994 while she was studying at the Fashion Institute of Technology. She claims that Diddy pretended to be her mentor to get close with her. April claims in the suit that the first time Combs SA'd her was in 1995 after they met at a New York City bar. She alleges that Combs pressured her to drink alcohol. She claims she felt uneasy after a few sips and was later guided to a car to leave with Combs, arriving at a hotel where she continued to feel unwell. April was on a hotel bed when Combs climbed up on the bed and allegedly began kissing her. When she turned her head, Diddy allegedly grabbed her face and continued to kiss her. He then removed her clothes despite her attempts to tell him no and to stop. April then passed out as Diddy allegedly R-worded her. According to April, this wasn't where it ends either, as Diddy allegedly sent her gifts for months trying to win her back. For whatever reason, April would eventually give Diddy another chance. This time, she again was forced to participate in activities with Diddy. This is when April learned her lesson and told Diddy she was done. But according to April, Diddy didn't take no for an answer and began threatening her, telling her that if she stopped participating in their relationship, her chances of having a career in the industry were over, claiming that he even promised violence if she left him. This led to a third encounter with Diddy. This time, April alleges she was forced into a freak-off with Diddy and Kim Porter. At this point, it's becoming clear that it seems Diddy has an MO. So many women are accusing him of doing the exact same thing over and over again. This lawsuit came paired with another lawsuit from a former model who claims Diddy SA'd her back in 2003. Crystal McKinney was an inspiring model back in the early 2000s who was introduced to Diddy by a mutual friend who was a fashion designer. According to Crystal, this fashion designer prepared her look to make sure Diddy would find her attractive. At the event, Crystal said Diddy made suggestive remarks offering to help her career and make her a star. He then made sure to get her drunk and invited her to his studio the same night. McKinney said Diddy was drinking and smoking with several other men when one man offered her some and told her, "You've never had nothing like this before." Crystal interpreted that to mean it was laced with another substance. After she smoked with Diddy, she claims she felt very intoxicated. She alleges that Diddy then led her to a bathroom where he forces her to get on her knees for him. After this, she claims that she lost consciousness and woke up in shock to find herself in a taxi cab heading back to the designer's apartment. She claims she felt humiliated and traumatized. Crystal said that after this, her modeling opportunities began to decline, and she believes Diddy used his influence to blackball her in the industry. These are 2 out of the 7 lawsuits made against Diddy that shows us who we're really dealing with. This is just an example of Diddy using his power to get what he wants from women. This is what a gatekeeper does. If you want to be famous, you must go through him. Diddy forced so many people to do things like this for years, and nobody spoke up, and they kept it on the down low. Just imagine how many artists had to compromise to Diddy for an opportunity, male and female. Imagine how much footage Diddy has over all these celebrities. Nobody should have to do anything compromising in order to have a career in the music industry. All you should need is talent, hard work, and dedication. But we see that people like Diddy are making sure that you have to pay the toll to make it. Diddy is the one man who could possibly expose the entire industry, as he has tapes on everyone. This is exactly why the industry has turned on him. It's best that he's painted as the villain, and not all of them. Diddy isn't the only monster though. Hollywood is full of them. We need to keep this same energy for all the monsters and not just Diddy. Anyone who has been doing things with Diddy or has known about Diddy and protected him is guilty too. The industry needs to be cleaned up of these demons who are misguiding the youth. Diddy has served Lucifer for years. Now he's turned his back on Diddy and left him for dead. I want to know what you guys think below. Do you think the feds will indict Diddy, or is he going to find a way out of this one as well? In my opinion, it does seem like he's been left for dead, and everyone has turned their backs on him. He's no longer being protected, so it could be a possibility that it's finally over for the gatekeeper Sean Diddy Combs. Well, I'm gonna end this one here, but before you guys go,
Yeah, man. That makes a lot of sense. Because the whole thing about you being put in a position of power is you stand in line. Because I'll be like, man, why? It seemed like nobody's saying nothing. It's because they can't. They can't. Because they'll, that's why I talk about the industry, They can't say nothing because they'll be next. That's why, Jay-Z's so quiet. Like, think about the money these people be making, man. These dudes be so rich and greedy. Like I said, I believe you can make it as an artist independently if you have the talent. Once you get that record label to back you, it's over with. It's over with. You get blinded by all them zeros, and next thing you know, they got you. But it just makes me wonder how many more people are, because they're saying, at first they were saying it was Drake who was going to be next in line to take over for Diddy. Now they're saying Jay-Z. Then they were saying Jay-Z, the one who set Diddy up. So my whole thing is like, I shouldn't say expected, but I did think a lot more people would speak out. But now you think about it, they can't. So we'll see if this man goes to jail. All right, peace out.